Hey, it's Denise, and I am participating in Mimi's desserts for Thanksgiving video. And if you want to see what I'm able to whip up, keep watching. Welcome to This and That with Denise Jordan. I teach women how to make wise home health and beauty decisions. So if you want to learn more about running a household, subscribe. Or if you want to see reviews about products that can benefit you in your home, subscribe. Because I do videos about those topics all the time. So hit that subscribe button and tap that little bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And definitely check out the show notes in the description box below, because that's where I will link my favorite housekeeping and gardening solutions. Okay, let's jump into it. For those of you that follow me, you're like, where is she? That is not her kitchen. And you're right, I am not at home. This has just been a really busy week. You know, my mom's been in the hospital, we've got her home, and then I had to leave town for another big family event. So I am actually at my sister's house. She lives in Delaware, and there were just so many challenges that I did want to try to jump in on, and I thought, okay, there's some things I just can't do, and I'm just going to have to miss out this time. But I thought I would try to make a dessert. And this is a dessert that I love, but I've never actually made myself. And it is a egg custard pie. One of my friend's moms used to make a custard pie all the time, and I love them. So I thought, for my holiday dessert, I'm making a custard pie, and I figured it's simple enough that I should be able to make it in somebody else's kitchen. Now, here's the thing. Whenever you're cooking in someone else's kitchen, it's like an exploration adventure, because, of course, different women have different things in their homes, in their kitchens. They keep them in different places. They have different tools that they see as important. So it'll be really interesting to see me try to, you know, get this all sorted out and get this pie put together in my sister's kitchen. So let's get it started. The other thing is, I'm trying to do this video from my iPad, which I've never done before. So I'm going to learn something new about technology myself. So let's get it started. Let's move this chair out of the way. And as I said, I'm making an egg custard pie. And so one of the first things I'm going to need is an egg. And actually, for this pie, I'm going to need 3 eggs, a 1/4 cup of melted butter, and I think what I'll do is just go ahead and get this butter put in the dish, get it in the microwave so it can be melting. Get that going. I also need a cup of milk, a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla and a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Oh, and of course a pie crust and a pie tin. So I've got all the goodies that I need. So let's get this pie crust into the pie tin. And this is just a simple Pillsbury pie crust. And I washed my hands and all that good stuff before I got things started. And I let it sit out just a little bit so that it could soften. So now I'll get it rolled out. And press it into the pie pan. And I have to tell you, it's really been kind of interesting just trying to figure out how to set up. So as you can see, here's the pie tin here. And what I'm trying to do is just get it pressed into the tin. So let me set that down just for a second. And like I said, I'm not at home. I'm at my sister's home, and real people live here, so you may see people walking by. She also has a little dog. She's got, I call it a little yip yip. And so she's got a little dog that you may also hear them flip in the background as well. So I'm getting this pressed in pretty good. And I will take a knife and trim off the edge, because I won't need all of this. I already turned the oven on, and I preheated the oven to 400 degrees because this pie tin, here I'll just show you, I'm just kind of trimming this edge off. So I've got the edges trimmed off. Let's get that little piece off there. When I was little, my mom would like give us those little pieces and we would put sugar on it. And then I'll just try to crimp the edges here just a little bit. Like I said, trying to work in somebody else's kitchen is certainly an adventure. I'm here because it's my brother-in-law's 40th anniversary in the ministry, and they're having a huge celebration tonight. So that's why a lot of family and friends are in. So, okay. So I've got this in here. So what I need to do now is set it in the oven at 400 degrees for 5 minutes. And I've already had the oven preheating. So you heard that little beep earlier. That was letting me know that it was ready. So I've set that in. I'm going to let it sit for 5 minutes. And when I put the pie in, I will make sure to put something underneath there so I don't end up with a mess in her oven. Because if those of you that follow me know what happened at my house with an oven disaster. So, okay, so there's that. So now, got my melted butter, and it looks like it could stand melting a little bit more. Maybe I'll put it in for another, maybe 7 or 8 seconds. Because that's the thing. Even when you're looking at something as simple as a microwave, everybody's utensils, appliances are just a little bit different. Yeah, that did it. So now here's my melted butter. So now I'm going to combine my various ingredients while that's in the oven. Oh, and here's one other interesting thing. This is what she uses for a mixer, so I'm going to use this. So this is going to be my mixer. I've not used one of these before, so that'll be interesting. Okay, so let's break some eggs. Get that egg white off of my fingers and off of her table. So there are the eggs. Oh, looks like I was supposed to add those separately, so I'll have to heat the eggs separately and I'll add the other stuff together. So let me set this over here for a second. And I'll get out another bowl. Yeah, here we go. All right. So I'm going to combine the butter, the sugar, the eggs, and the vanilla. So I'll get the butter in here. My 1 cup of sugar. My 1 cup of milk. A teaspoon of vanilla. I hope I'm speaking loud enough too, because I'm kind of talking from across the room. One half teaspoon of nutmeg. And then here's my 2 tablespoons of flour. So now let's blend these. Hey.
Hey.
Let's see. Looks like it's working out okay. It's different from using a hand mixer, but it's working out pretty good. I'll bring it over and let you see it in just a minute. Make sure I got every drop of butter out of there. Okay. I'm going to let this mixer sit in this little bowl so that I don't drip all over a cabinet, but I'll let you see how I've gotten this mixed up. So there you go. It's mixed up pretty good. So I'm going to set that aside there. Now let me grab my eggs. Now I'm going to beat the eggs. Okay. Now we're supposed to add it all together. Oh, it's been 5 minutes. Let me check my pie crust. I almost forgot. I told you when you're in somebody else's kitchen, sometimes you can get a little distracted. Okay, so now here's the pie crust out of the oven, and it was in there for about 5 minutes. and it's looking pretty good. Look at there. So it's cooked just a little bit, so I'm going to set it aside. So now I need to add the milk and egg mixture to, or rather the milk and spice mixture to the eggs. So let's do that. And I think I just found a spatula. Well, I guess I didn't. So I'll just scrape all this in. So I've got this all mixed together. You can kind of see it just a little bit there. So I'm supposed to pour this into the pie tin. Let's see if I can get this up any higher so you can see it. There we go. So here's the pie tin. And I'll go ahead and get this poured into the pie tin for the pie.
All right.
Like I said, it's certainly an adventure. And you know what? One thing that we as women are certainly good at is adapting. And sometimes you just have to go to plan B. So now I'm going to set this in the oven, and I'm going to put it in the oven on 350 for 25 minutes. No, it's going to go into the oven at 325 for 35 to 40 minutes. So let me get the oven turned down and then we'll go do that. So. And let me grab some aluminum foil to line the bottom of her oven with. I think she keeps it in here. Let me look. Thank you. Because as you know, I had a catastrophe in my oven at home, my brand new oven. So I certainly don't want to come here and make a mess in her. And so now I'm going to sit this in the oven. Now let me double check these instructions. It doesn't say anything about setting it on another cookie sheet, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and pop it in. It's in the oven, and it's going to be in there for the next 25 to 30 minutes. So I'm going to put you on pause, and then we'll come back and we'll have a